gotta get up and make breakfast. Rise and shine.
Good morning, everyone. The best breakfast of your life. What are we making?
We're making baked egg cups and sausage patties.
Breakfast sausage patties are my favorite. First, let's get some coffee. Are you guys ready for breakfast? Because we are. We were binge watching Netflix last night, but we have something really great for you today. If you've ever heard of these little baked egg frittatas,
I call them individual baked frittatas. However, they have been referred to as egg muffins, egg cups, baked eggs. It's whatever you want to call it.
we're also gonna show you guys our version of a breakfast sausage. They kind of go hand in hand with the egg muffins because they're both kind of like handheld, easy things to eat.
And they both heat up super easy, just quick, and you're got breakfast on the table. Boom, boom, boom.
Life hacking.
Life hacking.
So what are we gonna start with the egg muffins?
I'm gonna keep drinking this coffee and then we'll start with the eggs.
Cheers. Oh man, that's better.
We're making eggs. This is what we use for this recipe. We use jumbo silicone muffin molds, or muffin tins, whatever you want to call them, but they're not really tins, they're silicone. And then I just put them on, because they're kind of floppy and flimsy, I just put them on a sheet tray, and that's it. We need 2 of them because we're gonna make 12 huge egg cups. I'm gonna show you everything you're gonna need to make the egg cups for today's recipe. And today we're just making a veggie version. Veggie. Today we're just making a veggie. Oh my God, I can't say it. Okay, hold on. Veggie baked egg cup. Okay, we're using pasture raised eggs. Normally we get them from our butcher shop, from small farm that's local, but they were out, so we have these awesome Vital Farms eggs, which is a great secondary choice. We're gonna use 15 of these eggs today. Half a cup of organic cream. We're using 1 cup of diced zucchini, 1 cup of diced bell pepper, and then we have 1 cup of some Yukon Gold potatoes that we've already boiled off yesterday. We have 1½ cups of cut up asparagus and 1½ cups of some cremini mushrooms, ½ cup of green onions, and ½ cup of good Parmesan cheese. Heat up a saute pan on medium-high heat, and we're gonna saute the vegetables. First, we're gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil, and then we're gonna start with the mushrooms. So we don't wanna add any salt yet because it'll release moisture from the mushrooms, and we wanna get a little bit of brown and color on them. So the mushrooms have cooked down and they have great color, they smell fantastic. I think we're ready to add the asparagus, the bell pepper, and the zucchini. I'm gonna season the veg now with some salt. I'm doing 2 teaspoons and a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. So I don't want to cook these fully because they're gonna get put into the egg cups and they're gonna bake in the oven for a while. So you want your veggies to still have a good amount of crisp on them. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat, and I'm gonna add the cooked potatoes. The potatoes are already cooked, so we're literally just heating them up just quickly to take the chill off. Just give them a toss. Now the mixture is done, and I'm gonna remove it from the heat totally. And I'm just gonna put it onto a little sheet tray just to kind of cool a little bit. Just gonna set this aside and we're gonna work on the egg mixture. And this is the part that most of the kids love to help with. Enter in. They love cracking eggs, and so we have to do 15 of them. So it's a fun task for them if they wanna get involved. Add the cream and a teaspoon of salt. That's it. Pretty simple, right? The only thing I would suggest is making sure that you really whisk the eggs thoroughly and then add the cream and the salt. We just really want a nice, like, even consistency throughout the egg mixture. So all we have left to do now is just divide all these mixtures evenly through each cup. I'm gonna do the veg first, so I'm gonna put a little bit of veg in each one of these, and then we're gonna top it off with eggs, and then we're gonna garnish it with the Parmesan and the green onions. So the really great thing about using the silicone ones is that the eggs hardly ever stick whatsoever. But if you're using anything else, you will definitely need to spray it and or use some parchment liners. I just always use our miso to give a little in these. It's not required for silicone, but it's like, why not? Why not take it? I mean, I don't want to risk it, you know? Just a little white. These are all ready to roll, and we're just gonna go ahead and evenly disperse all the veg into each cup. It doesn't really have to be exact. That's why I'm just using a little spoon, but as long as you're just dividing it up between all of them, it's fine. Now the veg is in, next up the egg mixture. You don't want to run short at the end, so I always use either a little cup or a measuring cup just to kind of, for easy pouring, but also for easy dividing of the egg mixture, because you just want to make sure you have a good amount in each one. Now that you know that you definitely have egg in each cup, just go ahead and top them off just like you did with the veg. Here's a good tip. Take a little small spoon or a knife or a fork and just gently stir it up just a little bit in each one, just to make sure that not all the veg is just stuck to the bottom, because it's nice when it's just all throughout the egg cup, so every bite has veg. And now we're just gonna garnish and top each one with some green onions and some parm. All right, these all look great. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the oven that we've already preheated at 365. We're gonna put them in for about 25 minutes.
So our breakfast patties are pork and turkey. We use 1 pound of dark ground turkey to 1.5 pounds of ground pork. Maple syrup, salt, and a mixture of spices. So we're using 1 tablespoon of sea salt and 5 tablespoons of maple syrup. Our spice mixture is 1/8 of a teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon of onion powder, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground coriander, and 1 teaspoon of sage. All right, now we're just gonna mix the meats together in a bowl. That's our ground pork and our ground turkey. And I'm just gonna mix them together. And now we can add all the seasonings and mix them up again. Tablespoon of salt, maple syrup, and our seasoning mixture. Now just mix it up.
Here's what you're gonna need to portion out the breakfast sausages. Just a sheet tray with parchment paper, a 1/4 cup measuring cup, and a little bit more of the olive oil spray. Make sure that it's all covered. I'm gonna spray my hands. Done. And then we're just gonna scoop. And I'm kind of like packing it in, and then I'm gonna go and have it come out and just gently press and keep that nice round shape. And then onto the sheet tray. Gonna check on the egg cups. They don't feel soft and liquidy in the middle, so we're gonna just let these sit and set up for a few minutes. Now that we have them all portioned out, we're just gonna put them in a 375-degree oven for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna temp them to see if they're done.
It's been 15 minutes. We just took out the breakfast sausages.
Don't forget, if you're not sure if they're done, you can always use a meat thermometer. And with the breakfast sausages, you want to take them out of the oven when they're about
155.
Well, they're gonna keep cooking and then they'll be up to 155, which is what you actually want. So
and make sure to let them rest.
Yes, you let them sit here and chill out for a minute. Let all those juices and maple syrupy stuff like get in there.
You should smell this. It's
yeah, I know. We also have our baked egg cup muffin frittata things sitting here resting as well. You kind of want to let these finish fully setting up so that there are not any like liquidy parts in the middle, that it has a chance to really just...
Yeah, don't take them out too early. I mean, don't take them out of the molds too early.
Right.
Let them sit for a while.
Because when you're using the silicone molds, they'll naturally start pulling away from the
they don't even
sides.
stick. It's amazing.
It's awesome. So we're gonna just let these rest for just a minute more,
We'll
and
be
then
back to eat.
We're gonna eat everything.
I'm nervous. I'm really nervous.
And you just
Oh,
flip them out.
Perfect. Look at these.
Just kind of tuggy tug.
Little eggy cups.
Boop.
Boom.
They're so
Oh,
hefty.
Look at how great these look.
I want to bite this.
They're so good.
Egg, it's huge.
Mmm.
Mmm. That's so good.
They're like perfectly...
Do you think Jimmy Dean is a real person?
I think he is. I think he's jealous of our sausage patties.
Look at that. The eggs are so good. They have, like, the consistency is fantastic. Because there's so much veg in it, the egg isn't overdone. It's really nice. Not creamy, but it's like...
It's not too dense at all. Like, sometimes you get a frittata and it's just way too dense.
For sure.
These work out really well. Follow our recipe. You cannot go wrong. These are...
I forgot how
so good.
insane breakfasty and
It's
flavorful.
It's all about the maple syrup.
Oh, for sure.
It's like perfect balance.
But it's not like the kind that you buy at the store. It's like overly kind of sweety or like...
You mean Jimmy Dean?
I don't know. I've never actually had Jimmy Dean sausage, so I don't know. I don't want sugar in... I'm not a sugary breakfast person, so to me, I don't like that. These are like so perfectly balanced.
And the turkey mixed with the pork is really nice. You're probably not used to that.
Yeah, so you get like...
Most of the time they're just pure pork.
Yeah.
This gives it a really nice texture and like, it's a little bit different of a flavor. I like it better. We're gonna eat another one?
Yeah, I'm gonna eat them all. I know.
This is a perfect breakfast combination. We hope you guys enjoy this. I know you're gonna make it because you cannot resist. Hey. Thanks for joining us for our breakfast episode. We hope you guys enjoy this. If you like this video, remember to give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.